Hey everyone, happy Sunday. Back to work tomorrow for some may have a long weekend, so lucky for you if you do have a long weekend. Makes for a great short week, that's for sure, when you go back. So brow stencils. We are going to attempt the brow stencils. I told you I bought the brow stencils about a week or so ago. Hi, Shara. And I told you I attempted it with the brow palette. Didn't end so well. It wasn't pretty at all. I don't know if the colors are too dark. I mean, my eyebrows are dark, but when I got done, it was a sad situation. It was scary. So I don't know if I just don't have a gentle hand with the brow palette, but I have high hopes of getting to that one day when I grow up. So went ahead and didn't give up on it because I thought, well, it's not working for me. So I went ahead and tried one day. I thought, well, let me try it with pencil and see, because I've never done brows, so this is completely foreign to me. And so I thought, well, I'll give it a shot with the pencil and just see, where it goes with that. And at least then I gave it, a valiant effort to try both ways, and before I decided to huck them across the room. So I got our brow pencil and gave it a shot, and they actually came out really, really good. And so I was like, oh yes, redeemed. Okay, I can do this. It's going to take some practice, and it's going to, take me doing it a few times to really get that, technique down and get a really good look. But definitely, if you cannot master the brow palette, which is very, very hard for people, it takes some practice. And so start off with training wheels. Start with the brow pencil and see what you can do with that, and just play with it a little bit, because at least with that you can go a little bit of lighter touch and kind of feel for what you're doing. And you can also get in there and kind of do the wispy little strokes, that help it make a little bit more real. For me, it was hard because mine are over tweezed. Obviously, I didn't know that until I started putting the stencils up here, and I come back from an age of tweeze them till they're super thin, if not almost all the way gone, and so I've never recovered from those. It didn't grow back. So with putting the stencils on, you really see kind of how far off you are. So for me, let me get my little thing. I mean, I'm missing probably a good 1/4 inch out here, because essentially your eyebrows, you should be able to take this from the corner of your eye up, and that's where your brows should start. Then the arch should start in the center, and they should end from the side of your nose out to the edge of your eye. Well, as you can see, mine are, again, probably a good 1/4 inch short. So once I put the stencils on, I could see that, oh yeah, they're way off. Now you have 5 to pick from. These are the stencils, and hopefully they don't fall off, because I had taken them completely off, and I thought, I better put them back on to show you. This is how they come. Let's see if I can show you with this glare of the light. You get 5, whoa, hold on, they're gonna fall. You get 5 shapes to pick from, and you can see, which shape most fits your eyebrow and stuff like that. Hi, Dave. And so depending on the look that you want on your brows, then go from there. Well, I tried them all, and really the closest one that I could come to was number 1, and that one seemed to work well for me. But like I said, putting it up there and making this a lot easier, especially for this blind woman here, I could see it was really shortchanged. We're doing brows. We get the chola brows going on. But with that being said, what was nice about this is, I've always wanted an arch because mine are stick straight. Hi, Pam. And I don't really have an arch. And I think that's where all the over tweezing over the years came in, is trying to kind of give myself that arch that is just not there because mine are straight. So when I put this number 1 up there and tried it, it gave me really nice brow. So I'm going to stick with this one because I know I tried it once and it worked. So all you have to do is just put it up there. They're made from really good, thick vinyl, so they're really durable. Brow stencils, right? Then I just need to get my airbrush out. Working on that. That'll be my next move. But pick the one that goes with yours. There's 5 choices. Something is bound to be close. And the stencils are $19.50. No, I lied. The stencils are $9.50. And then what I used is our brow pencil, and it's the pencil on one end. And what I like about it is because it's super, super thin and really, really pointed, so you can really get in there and do the fine lines, and it's not too dark. That was the problem with the brow palette. It was just way too dark. It was bad. And then this comes with a spoolie too, so once you're done, you can kind of shape them up. And I believe this is 19. So 19 and then $9.50. If anyone wants to purchase, I'm going to do a little deal tonight. If anyone wants to purchase the brow pencil, and they do come in different colors. The one I'm using is medium. Even though I'm dark right here, I don't like the dark eyebrows. So I'm going with medium, and I like the medium. So I don't want to see my eyebrows coming 5 miles before I do. So just personal choice. You know, a lot of people like the dark brows. I just don't. What are you saying? Airbrush. See, that could be a whole nother side business. Come on, everyone, stand in the line. We're going to airbrush your eyebrows on. Just like the cars. So, with that being said, if you do buy the pencil tonight, it is $19. Like I said, you get two ends on that, so you get 2 for 1. I will give you 50% off the stencils if you want to give them a shot. Just message me, because I'll have to do that, put the order in myself. So just holler. And like I said, the pencil does come in different shades for the lighter, the medium, and the dark. So let's move on with this, because it's probably going to take me a while because I can't see, and try and do it with my bad eye and fumbling to hold it on and draw at the same time. It's going to be comedy. Black lipstick. Yeah, black lipstick. There you go. And then I did want to show you guys, this is the brow palette that I have not mastered yet. And it's pretty self-explanatory too. It's numbered, so it kind of walks you through. This is the powder, the light powder that you start off with. This is the dark, because you want to start with light here and move darker from the middle out. These are your highlighting, you know, for darker skin and lighter skin, where you can really accent that brow bone and make that really, you could really chisel it out with the lighter. And then this would be your setting wax when you're all done. And then that just sets it all in so it won't smudge, it won't go anywhere all day. What was I going to say with that? I think this is $39, and I know for the light version, it just got back in stock, so it's taking them a little bit to get it back into the system. So the light's going to appear to be back ordered, but it has come in, but it's just going to take a little bit of time to get the orders, because they're going to do the back orders first. You can still order it though. It'll just take a little bit to get to you. But yes, this is the brow palette, and we're gonna graduate to that one of these days. I'm gonna master it and not look like Oscar the Grouch. So let's try this and see how we do. So make sure my point is up there. So they have the little lines on it, if you can see the little lines right there that help you line it up, and that way you got your arch in the right place and stuff. Exactly. All right, so let's see if I can do this. Hopefully you guys can see, because with me being blind, I have to have this close-up mirror, so I've kind of got it propped up here so I can see what I'm doing and not do it by braille. And I know these girls do it, and they've got it all mastered, and they just whip it out. I'm not that good yet. So like I said, this could be comedy. It could be comedy tonight. My eyebrows could end up like this. Okay, so basically then just take your little pencil and follow the guide and hope for the best. And we're going to see where it takes us. Let's see if I can hold this side down. If nothing else, at least it'll get me the lines to where I need to fill in. And I got a pretty good section to fill in. Sorry, I cannot see without my glasses, Shara. Let's see. Hey, you know me, I'm honest to a fault sometimes. Get in trouble for that. But I mean, I'll tell you, I'll tell you if I like it, if I don't like it, because I'm just not about that. And I'll be honest, and it might work for you, it might not work for me. I mean, it's just, I'll tell you my version, and that's why I like to try everything too, because, you know, not everything's for me. I mean, right now, the brow palette is not for me. It's not my friend. So I'm not going to even try and say that it is, because it's not. I'm going to have to baby step up to that. But we're going to give this a shot, and then I'm thinking I'll go ahead and, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's like all drawn on up here and stuff. So it's kind of cool. I'm really excited about these things. They're really cool. So just line it up. And both my brows are completely different. This is probably my worst one. Now you have one bad eyelash and one good eyelash that just kind of works with you, and one that doesn't. Okay. We're going to try this. I'm sure all this holding and slapping it onto will get much easier the more I get familiar with it. Right now, just trying to make sure everything's lined up and I'm not ending up with one up here and one down here. And we're gonna see. It could turn out badly. I warned you. I wish I just had more brow to not have to fill in, because it just seems so much. All right, see, now this one seems like it's way out here, and well, I guess that one is. I don't know. They actually do look the same. It just, I'm not used to them being that far out. I know I'm missing comments, and I'm sorry if I'm missing your comments. Hi, Taryn. Okay, Shara. And I would definitely go medium too, Shara, because it seems to be a really good neutral color. And if it doesn't work, we can always change it out for light if it doesn't work. Hi, Cindy. You know what? That might be a good idea, Dave. Get out the old duct tape, tape the stencil in place. That might not be a bad idea. Don't think I won't try it either, because you know I will. Little super glue and spot weld it. Okay, so I'll know if you guys can see, if I get close enough, if you can see the drawn on. But I'm loving it, so let's see. Now because I can't see, I've got to kind of just do my own thing, and hopefully you guys can see. But basically what I did last time is I just started obviously filling in the front. It's going to be all pencil. And my thing that I was trying to go for is just kind of light strokes, because the front is definitely supposed to be much lighter than the middle. And you can also, after you do your pencil, you can add a little bit of powder. If you have a light brown, any of your nudes or your light brown eyeshadows, I use that all the time. And thanks, Dave. And so then I just, do light little pencil strokes to kind of mimic looking like the hair. I don't like to see the girls when they have, their real eyebrows, and then you can see it's such a vast difference. I don't want it to be, flat and then big hair, It's just, we're like, oh wow, yeah, you really drew those on. And so, I know you're going to see somewhat, but I want it to look a little less noticeable than being like, oh, yeah, you drew your eyebrows on today. So start out, you know, with it light and little strokes, and then go heavier, you know, kind of get it in place, and then kind of dial it in, you know, where you want more. And you can always add more to the shape. So I'm going to go ahead and start trying to see where this goes. And when I say light, I'm doing super feather light. Like, you can barely touching it, just to see, just to get that first little bit of shape on there. You can, with the stencils, but you can really see where you're lacking the hair, where it should have been, and kind of really see, like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have had these when I was tweezing for a map back in the day, before I ruined them, and now they don't come back. I don't get a choice. I've always wanted to do that. My sister-in-law just had it done. What is it? The microblading. It looks really painful, but I would love to have it done. The only thing that scares me is when they do it, it ends up really, really dark at first too, because it's basically like a tattoo, and they're cutting the skin and putting the ink in, so it's really, really dark at first before it heals up and lightens, and it's just getting through that dark phase. I'm not sure about that. But I said, oh, if I ever get to go and have that done, if one day when I can afford it, I'm going to take these stencils, because I really like this #1 stencil. Okay, now I'm going to clean this up just a little bit. And I'm just using an eyebrow angle, you know, like a brow brush. And this is what I'll use too if I do set it with any of the eyeshadow, just to kind of set it in. But I mean, look at already. It is crazy how cool. I'm like, I have a little bit of a curve. I have some personality to my eyes. Go around like doing eyebrows at everybody. I've never had that. And I mean, just that little bit of adding that part in here, and then really thickening this out through here and making an arch, instead of what I had is a line, as you can see, the big V, upside down V, and then just filling it all in and thickening it up out here too, because that's definitely where it was lacking. But I am just in love with these things. I'm telling you, it is money well spent. And look how long it took me, and I don't know what the heck I'm doing, you guys. You know I don't know what I'm doing. So simple, 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 simple. So now we're going to do the hard eye for me, only because I have one eye that's blind. And so what did I do with my stencil? We're going to rely on the bad eye to try to do the other eye. And where did I do? Hold on. Now, the other bad thing is the stencils are clear. And when you're blind, you set it down and you can't find it again. Oh, there it is. There it is. Wipe that off. I mean, there's writing on them, but still, it's me. Okay, so there is one eye. And I'm going to probably add a little bit of powder eyeshadow to it. But I mean, essentially too, I could, since I have the brow palette, I wouldn't personally buy it just for this, but if I had it, because I do want to graduate to that, because it is amazing how it looks if you know how to do it. I've seen the girls do it and it's great. But you could even probably put the wax over this and it would set it, I would think, because I mean it's pretty much the same thing. So if you felt the need to set it, you could. So all right, let's try this other eye. So basically just flip the stencil over. And I just want to make sure I still have my line up there. Yep. So I've been moving around. That's lined up. That just needs to be a little bit darker. Okay. Let's try this now. Let's see if, I don't know which way would be better. Probably this way, so you guys can see. Let's move that down. Okay, got my line a little bit too far down there. Just little strokes. Is everybody having a good weekend? Who has Monday off? Who has taken Monday off so they have a really long weekend? This one definitely is my worst eye. I have way more to fill in on this eye. Here. Where's that stencil? Put that back on and just verify that I got the right thing going here. Oh yeah, it's definitely coming. The other thing that I did too with the stencil is the first time I drew it on, then I went in here and got in here with my magnifier and my tweezers and kind of tweezed everything that wasn't supposed to be in the grid, or, you know, that was outside the stencil line, and got rid of that. So I'm like, okay, so at least I can maybe start training them if they do grow back to keep them where they are supposed to be, since I didn't have any clue on the shape that I was supposed to be, you know, doing them all this time. This pencil, you can't go wrong. This pencil really is perfect. Like I said, this is the medium pencil. And I mean, I could go a little bit darker. I'll have to ease my way into that. Probably about the time I master this, that'll go back to being like super thin eyebrows. Hi, Janie. And it'll be all for naught, but I already have those without the stencils. So this makes it really, really easy for correcting that. So anybody just joining us, we're attempting the brow stencils, and I'm actually loving it, because the first time I tried them, These are the stencils. You get 5 of them, and you just kind of hold it up to your eyebrow to see which shape is more, you know, fitting for you. And so I did this number 1, and it definitely kind of fit within my shape. And so with that, you know, I did find out, though, because of all the years of over tweezing, I was probably a good 1/4 inch short out here, which you can see I've drawn it on from here to where my brow starts here. So all that's pencil, and over here is almost completely gone. So now this is going to be thicker with the pencil and with the stencil. So what I did then is, for anyone new, I popped this little bad boy on and held it, and it gives you the little lines to line up to get your arch in the right place. And then just took my pencil and drew all around the outside like you're tracing, and took it off. And then what I love about this, our brow pencil, is it's double-ended. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's double-ended, and it's such a fine, fine, fine little pencil. And so with the medium, this was another huge factor, was very light compared to the brow palette. The brow palette, it has the light color, but it was almost, that was too light and that was too dark for me at the moment, for what I like. So this brow pencil, I have medium, and it was perfect because I just didn't want the eyebrows that you can see, you know, 5 miles away before I get there. So that's just my personal preference. No bad, you know, to anybody who likes the brows, because everyone has their own look, and that's fine. And so for me, the medium pencil worked perfect because of its small little tip. I could get in there and do kind of just the little feather strokes for the hair, so it's not just whoosh, drawn on like a color crown. And then the color was perfect. And what I love about this being a double-ended, you have the spoolie too, so you can, you know, get your eyebrows shaped up and get them to go. Because I'm having to train mine because mine have a mind of their own. So I think I just start out really light and then kind of go back and darken up in the areas. The front is supposed to be a little bit lighter, but naturally, and then starts to darken about the arch and go out. So that's the plan of what you're really supposed to do. Let me just draw real quick. Special tonight, for tonight only, since we're doing the brows, the brow pencil is $19.50 and the brow stencils are $9.50. If you buy a brow pencil tonight, I'll give you the stencils for half price. And it really is super easy. I mean, I'm in love with this. I didn't like it at first because I'm like, oh, that's not working, but I'm going to graduate up to the brow palette. It's my goal. Once I do these baby steps of this stencil and get it down, I'm going to try to move on to the palette and master it, because it looks awesome when you use the palette too, because it has the setting wax and all of the highlighting put in there. And so I'm going to take, where'd my brush go? And I use this brush too a lot for eyeliner, for putting stuff on my brows. And I'm just going to try a little bit of the light powder on the brow Obsession palette to just maybe go over that pencil a little bit, just to kind of lock it on there. And especially up here in the front where you kind of want it a little bit lighter. I think that was the hardest part that I had too with when I dyed my hair blonde, is the dark eyebrows, because I couldn't get them light enough, and because my brows are naturally really dark. So this eye right here is my problem eye. You know, you have just one that just doesn't want to work with you. This one is mine. So I'm just touching it up with a little bit of the brow palette powder just to set it. And I know, Taryn, don't you love your pencil? It's so, I just love it because it's small. Do you? I don't know what you love about it. You can tell me. I love having the spoolie for one thing, but because I never had one before, and it's amazing the difference it makes having the spoolie to kind of shape them and train them. But I love that it's so small and that it has such a fine point, and you can really get those fine little wispy lines in for your eyebrows. And it doesn't look like you've drawn it on or you're leaving that big thick, you know, like color crown look. And so I love it for that. And you use very little of it. It's going to last forever, like all of our stuff. You use very little and the color is amazing. So that is the brows. And I'm telling you, I am impressed with it. I'm going to do a little bit, use the brow palette highlighter and show you how that works underneath. Once you get your brows on, you put it under here and you get that little line going, and oh my gosh, it makes your brows just pop. Let me see which pencil or which brush I want to use for that. I need to clean my brushes. I'm gonna try this one. So I'm just gonna use this like little filberty type brush and see if it works. Okay, so you just go up under. That line. So cool. All right, you guys, I'm like totally sold on this. And I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but I normally will take my concealer brush after I've used and done all my makeup, and I'll kind of run it up here just to sharpen that line sometimes. So you can even do that if you want to, if that's, you know, something that you like. I don't know, I'm liking this brow palette. Even if I use the pencil, I like the brow palette too, just for the extra stuff that it has in there for highlighting and shaping and stuff. And okay, and I'm perfect testament. If I can do these stencils, that means anybody can do these stencils, because I'm blind in one eye, so trying to get it on the good eye and see with the bad eye to do it, I don't think I did too bad. You know, it's definitely probably going to take a little bit of practice to get it, you know, right on the money, but I'm pretty pleased with it, how it came out. Let me just straighten this up just a little bit. And just spoolie it up. I'm so jealous of the people that are born with great brows and they do everything they're supposed to do and they don't have to do anything to them. And so I think, hi Rob, this one I'm gonna do just a little bit more. This one looks like it dips a little bit. Let me see. All right, you guys, I'm pretty impressed with the brow stencils. I'm not looking like Oscar the Grouch anymore, because I wish now I would have taken a picture of what they look like. But yeah, the simple ease of just putting it up there and outlining the shape of what you want, and then filling it in with this nice little chiseled pencil makes it super easy. And it's not, you know, where you're going to walk up to me and go, oh, hey, I like how you drew your eyebrows on. So it puts them where they're supposed to be and puts the arch in where you're supposed to be and all of that good stuff. So once again, the brow pencil is double-ended. with the spoolie on one end, and then the pencil is a twist up, and it's got a really good sharp point for making those little fine lines. And then the pencil's 19, and then the stencils, you get the 5, and you, like I said, you pick it out to what works for you. And these are $9.50, but anyone who wants to buy the pencil tonight, I will give you the stencils half price. You just have to come through me to order it, because I'll put it on my thing to get the discount. But it's a really incredible deal, because the stencils are $9.50, so you'll get them half off. And what a perfect way to try it. I mean, it wasn't hard. You guys saw how quick that was. I got them on and got them off, and all I really needed was the brow pencil and the stencil. You don't have to have all the other stuff. That's just icing on the cake if you ever want to get the Obsession, brow palette, which is this. And this one is $39. And like I said, it takes you through the steps, all the way through. One, where you powder it in to kind of get your filling. And then the lighter powder goes in the beginning, because your eyebrows naturally are a little bit lighter in the front. And then you go to the second color from the arch out. And then these are your 2 highlighters, and this is more for the darker skin tones, and then this is for the lighter. And then you saw me use that. I took this light and kind of brushed it up under my brow to really pronounce that eyebrow and that arch, to highlight it. Not everybody does above it. I do, and so I did, because that's just what I do. And then in the last thing in the Brow Obsession palette is the wax. So once you get your eyebrows how you want them, you can, if you opt to, do the wax to put them on and seal them in place and hold them there, and they'll be there all day, like all the rest of our stuff, our makeup. It's not going to move. You're going to put it on once, and you're not going to have to do anything else to it. So that is all I have for tonight. I tried to keep it short and sweet, and all next week is going to be short and sweet. My husband has challenged me to just focus on one thing. He wants me to try to do some short ones, because I'm killing you guys with the long ones apparently. So he wants me to just maybe like take one item a day for all of next week, and say the first day I'll do like concealer and foundation. I'm sneaking into, don't tell him. That'll be tomorrow, and that's all we're going to do. Is we're just going to do that. We're going to focus on the concealer and foundation, and then the next day, we'll do something else. If there's something you want to see particularly, give me a shout out, and just give me a text, or give me a comment, message, whatever. However you want to get it to me, and we can definitely show you something you want to see, or show you how to do something that I have. www.sweetlysimplelashes.com is where you can do all your shopping and just see what we have to offer. My VIP page is the same name on Facebook. That's where the specials will be. So I will write this special in over there, because I can't put it on my main page, because I can't do giveaways and coupons and all that, discounts on the main page. So that's what I keep the VIP for, is anything like that. I took some before pictures. I'm going to take some after, so you guys can see the difference. And then other than that, Jim should have all my YouTube videos up by Wednesday. So if there's something particular, you can always go over there and use it as a library to find what you're looking for, whether it be technique, product, or anything. Just to hear me hammer on and yammer on and all that, because I'm really good at that apparently. So anyways, you guys have a good Sunday. Have a good 4th. Be safe. And I'll be back tomorrow with foundation and concealer. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks for coming out. Bye.